Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Minecraft from the Fog. And as you can see, we really are in the fog now. I swear I just heard like footsteps rushing up behind me in the grass. I've updated the mod, and I have no idea what's new or different. I haven't even looked at the config yet. But, by popular request, I've decided to actually play this the way it would have been experienced back in 2010. At least if you're like me and had a pretty crappy computer. I've lowered our draw distance to only 3 chunks, which means that we no longer have a complete view of the landscape around us, and no idea what's hiding in the fog. I feel like this was always, for a lot of people, a big part of what made Minecraft so creepy. See, look, even the tall grass as I walk forward looks like something on the edge of the fog. Same goes for trees and really anything else that stands out against the background. I don't know if I'm going to leave it this way for the entire series, but I think it'll definitely stay this way, at least for the duration of this video, and you can let me know what you think about it in the comments. Also, one thing a lot of you said is that there was something weird about the way I built my house. Now look, I understand it's not the prettiest thing, but I'm still not really sure what you were getting at. I think it's at least decently functional, and we'll work on prettying it up in this video. In the meantime, I have made a couple of improvements to it. For example, we know that Herobrine can burn down your house, so I built the front out of netherrack basically as a means of daring it to try again, on a material that's meant to burn. And also, I made the upstairs windows completely blue on that side, basically as a countermeasure for the fog, because when you put blue glass over blue fog, you can see what's in it better. And I won't be elaborating on the science of that. Now, we have a few different goals we want to move on to here. Basically, we need to improve our combat abilities, and I still refuse to use a shield because I still refuse to put anything in my offhand because it looks so cursed. But there's a couple of different avenues we can expand. We want to start trying to explore the oceans and flooded caves. We want to explore the nether. And I think we explore distant lands above ground as well, because we haven't done nearly enough exploring. I've spent a lot of time down in the mines, but I think we really need to expand and see what's out there to increase our capabilities. Ooh, it's starting to rain. Rain and fog, quite a spooky combo. This is something that this game has actually always done really well, making you feel insulated inside your base. Something I talk about very frequently is how a big part of the creepy and comfy simultaneously feeling is having a sense of danger from the outside, and also a sense of insulation from that danger. The feeling that yes, you'd be uncomfortable if you were to step out there, either stalked by something or soaked in the rain. But in here, you can stare out and nothing can get you. At least we're under the assumption that nothing can get us now that our base has been largely fireproofed. Or flammable, if the case may be. We have some more permanent sources of light now, but some of you guys have pointed out that there are actually other options available to us besides trying to reap glowstone from the nether. For example, we do have the option of building torches, or not torches, lanterns, which is something that I have honestly forgotten was in the game. Oh, in the crafting book, we do actually have, it tells you how to do it, iron nugget. How do we make iron nuggets? Oh, like that? See, what I was going to say, oh, and if we click on one of the white boxes, it'll actually, if we have the stuff in our inventory, it'll just do it for us. That is so cool. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily worth all the iron, but it's nonetheless... Oh, well, it's only 1 block, actually. So it's actually more efficient. Okay, I think we start using these then. And I remember we can hang them from the ceiling. What I was going to say before was that I remember in the early days of the game, back in like 2010, they announced that they were going to be replacing torches with lanterns, and that torches would start to burn out. and that everything that was already in your game would be replaced with a lantern. So what I did was I had this huge dirt bridge, like, stretching off into the distance, absolutely packed with every torch I could build. And then that update just never came. In fact, I think it was right before or right after the Nether update. Playing this game, experiencing survival almost as if I were a fresh face to the game as a whole. It's almost like being transported right back there to that time. No wonder so many people are so comforted by this game. It's got that vibe even without the nostalgia. Tell you what, let's make a few more of these things. Yeah, I've been aware of the crafting book for quite some time, but I never really paid it much mind because first of all, I didn't realize you could automatically queue stuff up in here. Look at that, that is so cool. But also because it was kind of withholding a lot of the things I needed. But, I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how exactly it adds things to the book, but there's a lot of things in there that I'm seeing that are really, really useful. For example, campfires, which you guys have told me will be useful for caves. A soul campfire, which can be made using soul sand. There's another reason to go into the nether. All right, I've been reading a lot of your guys' comments for things I should do next, and I am so full of ideas. A cartography table, cool. So does that mean we can store, like, our maps and stuff? What else? Enchanting table, which, oh, that actually doesn't require as many diamonds as I thought. I thought we needed 4. But we do need to get some more obsidian, and we need to make a book, which I believe one of those pigmen helpfully gave us some of their leather. And with the paper that we have, we should be able to make a book. There we go. Now, all we need is some more obsidian. Which, in order to do that, we're gonna have to go back down into the caves. We'll place a few of these lanterns down when we go to see if they're actually permanent. That's a big important thing now, is we gotta start doing lighting science. This is how we fight back against the ghosts, which... Actually, that tower actually scared me a little bit off in the dark like that. It looked like a person. Conspicuously, we haven't seen anything in quite a while. I mean... well, that's a zombie. One of the creepiest things in this game is staring out the window at night, into the rain and the dark, wondering if something's out there. And now that we've lowered the draw distance, it's even spookier. We are also starting to run quite low on food. So I think what we should do is start harvesting some of this. We really need to expand our food options, and... that's kind of weird. Has that always been like that? There's just a lone block of dirt floating in the water. See, this is one of those things that I mean when I say I have no idea what's the mod and what's just Minecraft being weird. Ooh, there is actually some magma right here. Ooh. And I forgot getting under them, or getting over them, causes you to be sucked down. Oh man, the fog in a big space like this. I don't think caves were ever intended to be this big. But yeah, the fog really makes this look weird. Makes it feel like you're falling into nothing. Alright, now... Ow! I'm immediately attacked. Okay, we can place that there. We gotta fight our way through this every single time. I just ate salmon, and I realized it seems like there's, like, higher quality foods that cause you to heal faster. Alright, so we have more reason to fish now. Okay, we are leaving. It is so dangerous here when I'm not willing to expend resources. Okay, so what does this mean? It means I think we definitely need to make lanterns our new default form of lighting. It's going to be more expensive, though. It means we have to expend iron, but I think it's worth doing. Especially if it means we don't have to re-explore every single cave we've already cleared out. Also, you might have noticed I've tried setting my brightness to moody. This might be a little bit too dark. Like, even with lighting down in the caves, it's not really much. So I think I'm going to put that up just a little bit. And there we go. Now that we have retrieved this obsidian, I say we go for it. Let's take this. What else do we need? We still need the book. And one of these, and one of these, and one of these. And we have ourselves our first enchanting table. Excellent. And I can't think of a better spot for it than right here. Right in front of our window to the world that only sees about 100 feet into the distance, but who's counting? Oh, this is so cool. I remember during my survival world during COVID, which is like my one reference for some of the newer features, I remember I actually really got into enchanting and all the cool things we can actually learn how to do. We can make it more efficient, we can make it last longer, and we do all of this by sacrificing lapis lazuli. Now, I realize that you can surround it with bookshelves in certain configurations and get more powerful enchantments. However, I don't really have the means to build those at the moment. That requires a lot of paper and a lot of leather, so that's going to bottleneck me. But I think we can finally start putting some of our stuff to work. Actually, now that I think about it, if we're to visit the nether, maybe we should try out our idea of using gold. I didn't actually verify if this is how it works, but let's try it. What happens if we make ourselves a golden helmet? A crown, some might say, and place it atop our head. Well, let's go introduce ourselves as their new king. Oh, also, some of you said that axes are, well, they do more damage. We already know that. I've already checked on that. But I didn't want to switch to them because they're so much more, because they're so much slower. However, for all that additional extra, maybe we could do one of these, get ourselves a diamond axe, which we have use for regardless. It doesn't actually do, I should have checked before I made it, it doesn't actually do any additional damage. Whatever, it's still good, we'll still use it. And let's get over there. I just love this, how there's an unassuming gash in the landscape just beneath my house that contains a really dark secret. I've always loved building my bases from the perspective of what would it be like for someone else to come upon this, years after I'm no longer here. Once again, I have no idea if we need the full suit or just any article of gold clothing. Hello? Oh, he's sizing me up. But he is not attacking. He's just curious. Excellent! This is exactly what we needed! You will still attack, though. If I fight back, what will you do about it? Will the others be angered by that? I don't think so. I don't think so, because we've seen them hunt these larger pigs before. They all seem to gang up on them, almost as if they're a hunting party. Yeah, you run. You run. There's some gold right here. Oh, that's cool. So does that mean that ores can now spawn in the nether? I was not aware of that. Okay, well, we won't be able to place water. I remember as much as it will just kind of instantly evaporate. But perhaps we can do something like this. There we go. Oh, but this just gives us gold nuggets. It does not give us gold ore. Alright, we know how to survive in the nether now. It was an absolute folly to come here without gold armor, but now that we have it, we are perfectly good to go. We still have plenty of protection from our regular iron armor, and that's all we need. There's just so many of these things. One slap and they go away, but if we let our guard down... Oh, Junior's riding one! Very, very much ingenuity. Okay, well, I think it's time for us to bow out. I think we've about learned what we intended to learn here. And it comes out cooked because they're in the netherworld. That is so neat. Maybe we should be getting most of our food from there. Hunting is actually viable. Oh, another thing you guys suggested is to try using a glowing ink sac on a sign. Ooh. Well, that's kind of interesting. Makes it a little easier to read. Has it glow? I wonder, does it maybe glow in the dark? Ooh, it does! That's cool! Okay, wow, I didn't know we could do that! Oh, you guys are going to be so helpful in this. Alright, we'll hang that up right there. And now, I think we should start investigating some of our possible enchantments. So we see that if we place down one of these, we can get better efficiency, we can get better unbreaking, which I guess gives it better durability. What about a bow? Can have more power. Alright, we have plenty to go around. What about armor? Aqua affinity. What does Aqua Affinity do? Hang on, let's use the gold one because it's got a little bit more condition. Won't last super long. Respiration, blast protection. Oh, we can't do it to this one. We need to learn what Aqua Affinity is. I can't tell if it's maybe going down just a little bit slower. If I hold down control, we can swim a little bit faster. But we're about to start running out of air. Why is there a dolphin icon flashing in the top right? It's just because we're near one? Stone cutter? What does that do? I mean, besides cut stones, a fletching table? Does that have to do with archery and making all kinds of arrows and stuff? A loom! There is so much in this game that I don't know about. I am so overwhelmed. And I didn't even realize it until now. A smithing table? Okay, we're definitely going to build a workshop where we'll have all of this available to us. Tell you what, I say we use some of the dirt from our inventory to level out this ground and build our workshop right here, just down the hill from our house. So one moment, please. Hey! Okay, first sighting. And what a sighting it was. Oh, it's been a while, too. Probably almost an hour into this recording already. Jeez. Hello? Hang on, hang on. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna move. I don't think the game realizes that I can see it. Oh, that is so creepy. It's like a cow person in a yellow raincoat? And it's just staring at me. Oh, this is the longest time I've actually gotten to observe one of them, and there it goes. I just knew that the moment I moved even slightly, it would register and disappear. That was... Honestly, that might be the most disturbing encounter yet, the way it just lingered. That was like something out of, like, The Strangers or something. Okay, whoops. We need you there and you there. And our workshop is starting to take shape. I'm gonna wait for the iron armor to wear out, but in the meantime, I guess there's not really any reason not to enhance our gear, right? Now, I did go for unbreaking or efficiency. Well, efficiency would be great for getting more obsidian. But of course, I want to get the most out of this when possible. What about the axe? What can we get from you? Unbreaking and efficiency. Let's go for... What do we take on you? We took unbreaking. Let's go for efficiency. For fast woodcutting. The bow will give you power. Now, is there any reason to spend, like, different amounts of lapis lazuli? Yeah, we'll just want to place our glass, figure out what we want to do for our floors in here, my eternal problem in this, and then this will be about done. Excuse me? Okay, there we go. What was with that draw distance? I was gonna say, did the creepers come back and bust them all out? Alright, a new generation, and a new horror show. I never have any luck with these things. Alright, well, let's feed you and try to make it so that there's more of you than there were before. I'm not going to harvest you straight away since I don't have an immediate need for arrows. This thing is starting to take shape. We'll, of course, want to smooth out the front just a little bit more. Maybe even seal off this cave entirely, since it's not really too much use to us in its current state. I only want deep, deep mines. But we now have some stone, and you know what? Let's make the most of it. Let's actually give it a floor of stone bricks. And perfect. Oh, that worked out so well. All right, let's place our door in the front. And now all we have to worry about is lighting and stocking this place. Oh, you know what we could even do? We could do something like that and that. Hello, yeah, this is why we need to put torches up. Let's hang these higher, I think. It's always nerve-wracking trying to do all this while the sun is going down. But I think we can hang one here and one here. And annihilate this guy. And we can start to make this place our own. One here, and the same on the opposite side. Looking good. Yeah, that definitely wasn't me. I looked up and got startled by this thing. That sounded like somebody placing blocks really quickly. Chilling in my basement with the sound of the rain pattering overhead certainly doesn't help. Now, so far we've been fortunate enough that I don't think we've ever seen any ghosts inside our own base. But maybe that's a proximity thing. That doesn't mean it can't happen. And I'm dreading the day it does. I also wonder if visibility takes into account the fog. Maybe the fog is part of the reason we haven't been seeing as many in this part. Of course, we still have to keep an eye out, ghost or no. Now, since last night, we have built some of the necessary tools that we need to make this place work. So there's that, there's that, there's that, and there's that. And we have a proper workshop. The rest of these walls will probably be all manner of smelting apparatus, because I'm pretty sure there's an upgraded thing. Now, how does one make use of a fletching table? Maybe we need to have a bow equipped? No. Huh, how does that work? What about a smithing table? Ah, we can upgrade things. We probably need to use another diamond. Okay, well, let's have a look at something we can upgrade right now. No. Yeah, I do wish this game didn't, like, require so much wiki usage. Especially since, I mean, I'm trying all kinds of things here. Especially since if I Alt-Tab out, that'll screw up OBS. And this, I don't even know what to make of this. If I put you in here, oh. That allows us to use you to make basically anything out of you. Anything, oh, so it's just like a crafting shortcut, basically. That's kind of cool. Now what about you, Loom? A whole bunch of things that I do not recognize. Alright, well, anyway, we have this stuff now. I don't know how it works, but we have it. Alright, I've just had a look regardless of the issues it's going to cause OBS. And apparently, in order to make a blast furnace, which is something that I had in my old world, we need to make some of the smooth stone, which I completely forgot you even could make. And we're basically going to want to farm out a whole bunch of these things. But here's the problem. If we're going to have a bunch of these things going, I'm starting to think in a more Factorio-esque mindset now. We're going to need a resource besides coal. Now, I've never really made charcoal at scale before, but I do have an idea for how to go about doing that. Look, we've started farming sustainable trees, right? So sustainable trees, if we can make it into charcoal, means sustainable fuel. Here is where that enchanted axe is going to start to come in handy. It's rough because I normally use wood as one of my primary building materials. But because our friend is seemingly an arsonist, that makes it a little bit difficult to rely on. It also makes it a little bit difficult to make things pretty. I keep swearing I hear things behind me, but that's just the way the game is now. Seems that it does only work with full logs, so we can't cheese this thing by farming out planks. Put you right over here where we're going to start this thing out. Put you in there, and you. And that is much, much faster. Excellent. That's going to cause so much less of a headache than the way I was doing things previously. Who are you? Who are you? Wait, I think I remember these guys from a while back. If the guy with the banner hits you, it causes all kinds of problems. Maybe we can assassinate him? Oh, they all have crossbows. Boom. Okay, you're down. I think it was just that guy who's a problem, right? Die. Oh, you hit each other. That's good. Bang, and bang, bang. We didn't really get a whole lot for you. Oh, we got whatever effect that is. It didn't matter that the guy with the banner died. Okay, well, we can capture it. I don't remember what we do with the ominous banner. Have they always been called that, or is that something to do with this mod? Oh, well, I'm sure it's fine. We won't worry about that until the last second. Well, look. I think it's time we start exploring the sea. I built us a boat. We have a compass, so we can point our way back, which actually... Do these things no longer point to your bed? Why is it pointing back towards spawn? I mean, I guess that still works. I can find my way from there, but why would it be like that? Hello, dolphin? I'm hearing like dolphin dying noises all around me. What's happening? Is there... Oh. You're stuck in the cave down here. Hang on, let me you out. There you go. Oh, you idiot. Hey, it's my wheat! Okay, I'll take that from you. Oh, I am really sorry for that, though. Oh, I can't get out. I can't get out! Come on, let me up, let me up, let me up. Oh, but it does replenish my oxygen. You being there. That's weird. I actually remember using magma and I think soul sand for up and down elevators in my house back during my COVID world. Now, what I want to do here is get on my boat. It's going to suck with the fog and move out until we can maybe see something interesting on the seafloor. And thankfully, visible is still good enough that we can certainly make out a fair bit. Oh, this is so cool. There's like a whole world down there now. We can see the kelp forests and all the dolphins and fish swimming around. I know that there's turtles and squid. This is what's so amazing about this game, is that it's a whole different world that you can disappear into. Oh, we've got some cliffs under there. Maybe we should have a look at that. Our lantern isn't sufficient. Actually, lighting's going to be a pretty big challenge for underwater. We could probably do it with glowstone. I'm not sure if we can do it with lanterns. Oh, I wish we had some shears. We should also probably be having a look at a house underwater. I was going to say we should be taking some samples of this kelp to see if there's anything we can do with it. Although perhaps that's just my Subnautica brain kicking in. Alright, ooh, I really like the way boats have been reworked. They're a lot more useful now that we can stand on them. Alright, let's go diving. I have brought with me... Is that gravel? I have brought with me my underwater breathing potions. But we can use that if we're able to fight against it. No. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. We're going to be spending way more time fighting against it. So I'm going to take this underwater breathing potion. That'll buy us 3 minutes to investigate this wreck. Ooh. This is kind of neat. Some chests. Buried treasure map. Some feathers to allow us to make arrows and paper. Will this work? Oh, lantern will actually work underwater. Excellent science being done right now. Ooh, and emeralds! Emeralds, 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 lots of iron, and lapis lazuli. We can use those emeralds to trade if we come across any villagers. In fact, some economic cooperation would be exactly what we need right now for certain materials that we can't otherwise get our hands on. Got those, and you are coming with me. Is there anything else down here we might want? No, I think that's about it. Alright, well, we still have a couple of minutes left on this water-breathing potion, so let's try and make the most of it and continue having a look around. Let's just move our compass back in here so we know where we're going. Oh, this is exciting. One thing I really haven't liked about this game is its focus on the more RPG elements over, you know, just building and crafting and such. But I have to say, I really do appreciate things like this when you come across that deserted cabin at the bottom of the sea. It looks like we're entering more shallow waters now. This fog making things so difficult. Oh, that patch of dirt right there almost looked like a giant man standing underwater, didn't it? And we have reached land. Well, I'll tell you what, this is a different type of tree from what we usually use. So I think it would be a good idea for us to start cutting some of these down. And hopefully, not even for the wood, to get the saplings so that we can... Oh, this always annoys me. So we can get the saplings so that we can grow some back home. That's one of the best parts of exploring in this game, is grabbing exotic items so that we can kind of domesticate it. Ooh, and we have here some very shallow water clay, which we're going to want because bricks would actually be tremendously useful as a pretty building material in our situation. I remember on my very first Minecraft world digging up a ton of this stuff, spending a lot of time so that I could build a church out of brick. This was before creative was added. Ooh, and it looks like there's another shipwreck over there. We can definitely get some nice loot there, and I can't forget that we do also have that awesome treasure map that we found in the house. It's probably going to start getting dark while we're out here, actually. Well, we can see the first of 2 treasure chests. Moss, coal, more paper, bamboo, a lot of stuff that I don't know what it does. So you do follow me wherever I go. Attached to me. You guys are so friggin' scary, it's unbelievable, by the way. Those sounds are absolutely horrific. What's this game rated? Now, I know there's another chest in here somewhere, but even if we find something good, it's not like we can really take it with us. Alright, I can't find this other chest. I think we just go home. Oh, you'll even chase me into the water, stupid spider. Alright, our base is back in this direction. And we'll want to be offset from the direction it's pointing us to because we know that it's actually pointing towards our original spawn and not our bed. Very worth noting that we have not yet had problems with any of these things getting taken away. But oddly enough, the torches haven't been getting taken down either. I wonder if maybe in this update they haven't brought it down a little bit, the chance of that happening? We have a lot of loot to distribute. First of all, I think I'm going to plant a couple of these spruce trees near our base, just so that we can get the ball rolling on that, so we'll have that kind of wood. And, yeah, this moss block, what does it do? I wonder if it hasn't given us any new crafting recipes or anything like that. I'm going to head out in the same direction as before. And this time we're going to have our treasure map in tow and try to figure out what it is we need to do. Problem is, it's so difficult to tell where we are relative to this. Ah, sunken ship. Well, this has nothing to do with our treasure map, but it's certainly worth taking a look. And for this, we're definitely going to need to use our other potion of water breathing. Do we have our lantern ready? We do. Let's have a look. We'll start from the top and work our way down. Up here, it must be where the captain's wheel would have been. Look, there's even, like, seaweed and kelp and all that growing all over the wreck. This is so neat. There's a chest right here. Let's light this captain's table again. Lots and lots of iron, more emeralds, and just a tiny nugget of gold. Well, this is certainly replacing mining for the time being. Now we'll come down lower to a pocket of air. Hang on, this is mighty useful. Oh, it's not a pocket of air. In here is a pocket of air, which is mighty useful, but right now we're using a breathing potion. And there's another treasure map. That's along a coast somewhere, but man, I just have no idea where we are in relation to all this. Did you just hear something? Yeah, there's a drowner out there, which I have since learned that that's what they are. I don't see it, though. Not much point in sticking around and finding out. Oh, great. Water on top of water. So now we have two treasure maps that we have no way of knowing what they refer to. According to this, we're making progress along this axis. So going this way brings us that direction, which means that it's on our left somewhere. Alright, we might actually be able to make a little bit of progress with this one, although if it's underwater, we're going to have some issues because we're about to run out of our breathing potion. But we've got to get it now or we're probably never going to see it again. It must be over on the other side of this thing. On the other side of this sandbar. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know if they can spawn at the bottom of the ocean. I'm pretty sure I have had it happen on my other world. I think it happened once, where I had to basically do a whole excavation project. But it's under the sand right here. X marks the spot. There we go. Childlike wonder getting to do stuff like this, I swear. And we had ourselves quite the loot container. Another potion of water breathing to replace what we lost. A cooked salmon. I don't know how well I would consider this to have held up, but I'll take it. Some gold, which means very little in Minecraft. Iron, a diamond, and a whole bunch of TNT. And another Heart of the Sea. For whatever that does. There's a zombie chasing me back there. I was making like a weird clanking noise. Oh, and we can row faster, which is excellent for us. Ow. Something's throwing stuff at me. Yep, there's something coming after me. We need to get away from that ASAP. Perhaps constructing that cartographer table would actually be a smart thing. I don't know what it does exactly, but maybe if it allows us to put all our maps together, that'll be something worth doing. Look, a rainstorm just out in the middle of the ocean in the dark. This is especially creepy. We've hardly seen any ghosts in this entire episode, but this is insanely creepy. It's starting to feel like that time on RP Southside when I ended up in the middle of the Hudson River in an airboat. Or, as everyone made fun of me for, like that time DJ Khaled was lost at sea. Oh, the way you appeared on the edge there, I thought you were a ghost for a moment. It's starting to get real disturbing, and even more disturbing the longer we go without seeing land, but it seems like we've finally found it. Yep, this is starting to look like the local wildlife we've come to know and hate. But our base should be just up the river here. Or up the coast, rather. And having a boat is supremely useful for these purposes. I'm glad there was another water-breathing potion, because we haven't figured out how to make them yet. I never know if I'm actually leaving these doors open. Doesn't seem like me, but it's possible I'm just being forgetful because I use that place for crafting. I don't know. It's the paranoia. But man, after being out in this for so long, that's something cool about Minecraft is when you get lost, it's such a part of the experience. It almost feels like coming home after a long day in the cold when you finally get to crawl into your bed. It's such a relief when this happens, and the feeling never goes away. I think things like this, it all comes together to make Minecraft such a timeless experience. Which is why, much like Pokemon has stood the test of time, Minecraft is something that is still popular with kids today. It's because it scratches so many deep itches for what humans find satisfying. What they find comforting, what they find creepy. And so Minecraft, through both its nature and its popularity, has kind of become this thing that's like a universally shared experience. You know, I am curious. Oh, we can't set the sides of Netherrack on fire. I was going to say, can we just have like a whole flaming front of our base? Maybe that'll keep the ghosts away. Been a very long time since I've seen you. You picked a very good moment to pop up. I think that one might have been just a regular Minecraft Steve. It's so hard to tell. I mean, they're only on my screen for a couple of frames. Sometimes when I'm editing and I look back to do the slow-mo, when I slow down at some place where I think I might have seen one, I'm taken aback by what they actually looked like, knowing that I didn't even register it in the moment. So I've finally gone ahead and built a staircase down to our place. And pretty soon I'm gonna have another one that goes down to our farm, but I'd actually kind of like to build another farm up here using our own artificial water supply. What have we got? Still another hour on this thing, so I'm not really worried about getting hit with it again. So we won't waste all our arrows. But I'm fine with hitting you with some. Oh, that got all their attention. Weaken you up a little bit. Ah, that works slightly in our favor, their numbers. Our iron actually really protecting us. And you're all dead. That's probably renewed now, yeah. I still don't really understand what that does. But seems we've come out okay. I don't see anything relating to them over here, though. I thought maybe they'd have, like, a base or something. I think in my survival world I did encounter, like, some kind of tower or something that they were living in. And I kind of ran in and looted what I could. There wasn't a whole lot to it, and then I set fire to it and ran away. I just do not like not knowing... Bad Omen 2, actually, so I guess it's been upgraded. Man, what does that mean? Every once in a while, I know I hear footsteps that aren't mine. I didn't see anything in the config that would indicate that that's a thing, but I swear I keep hearing it. I think just for the heck of it, I'm gonna start exploring more in that sort of direction to see if we can't find a village, because I think finding a village would be great for trade at this stage. I'm not going to stay there. I'm still going to stay to my rule and not really interact with them too much. But I think it would be pretty good to at least have that option, you know? Of course, we're going to need our compass, especially with this fog. Something just move over there? I could have sworn I just saw something move beyond the trees. But I don't see anything now. Huh. Even in Minecraft, walking through a forest is scary. You know, I gotta say, the fog isn't having as much of an effect a lot of the time as one would think, even at 3 chunks. And I tried turning it to 2 chunks. I think it's because it's still too bright, really. Like, it doesn't really darken things the way fog you would think should. Although when there are things on the edge of it, things like trees and grass, then it does get a little bit spooky. Just having things slowly come into view instead of instantly. We're on unexplored territory now. It's going to be really important to maintain a sense of direction. Ooh, jack-o'-lanterns. I mean, pumpkins. We're going to turn some of them into jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, let's take a bunch of these. We don't need to take them all. I think if we just take a few, we can turn them into seeds, which we can use to get more. Hi, doggies. All right. See, I really like how the biomes kind of force exploration. There are certain things that you can only get if you kind of expand your area and really go to distant lands to try and grab some exotic materials. Do you hear that? There was an explosion. That tree is on fire. Oh. Must be because it spawned next to some lava. Huh, that was really weird to look over and just see burning. Actually, if you'll remember the story that I told in the first part, kind of gave me flashbacks for a second. Oh, that was eerie. Alright, well, yeah, I've been walking for a while now, haven't seen much. That's really weird how I heard like a TNT explosion off to my left. What is this? I really wish I hadn't stopped carrying lights on me because I wasn't going cave diving anymore. Ooh, there's a whole stinking thing here. What is this material? What is it? Dripstone block. Look, there's all these stalagmites and stalactites. But it's called pointed dripstone. What does this do for us? And I have to say, the fog really ruins cave exploration. I think I'm definitely going to turn it off after this episode. But iron, that's what I was hoping for. We're not even deep underground, but it probably goes deep underground. It's probably a good idea to make a note of this location. Problem is, I don't really have any way of doing that except its general direction. Oh, look, it actually drips down and everything. That is so cool. I wonder if over time they'll actually get bigger that way. Reminds me of years ago when I was a Boy Scout. We went on a trip to Pennsylvania to this place called Crystal Cave. I really liked it a lot, if only my memory wasn't so horrible that I didn't remember a single, like, scientific fact that was learned. Look how high up this goes, straight up into the mountain. You know, one thing that I was criticizing about this update is that it feels like there's not really a whole lot of mining to be done anymore. It's just kind of cave exploration. But even though it does change up the core gameplay, I can't say it's not good exploration. Actually, it's getting dark. I don't want to be heading back through all the mobs in the middle of this. I'm not going to be able to... If I die, I'm not going to be able to find my stuff in time. I'm thinking I might actually have to spend the night in this cave. Well, it's a good thing I was talking about Boy Scouts, I guess, because it's time for a camping trip. I'm assuming the ghost isn't going to make these torches disappear while I'm here looking at them. So let's just place these things wherever we can. Man, I'm about to live out the plot of The Descent, aren't I? Sounds quite like it. Get down here and start looking, because I would like to get some iron while I'm here. I didn't find a village, but I'd like to get something out of this. Cave biomes or something. Really surprised it took this long to implement. It seems like such an obvious idea now that it's done. Thing is, now that we're coming so far down, it starts to get decently likely that the ones in that initial cave will be removed. Do I have my watch on me? I actually don't. Well, I suppose I can build one if we find some gold or redstone. Yeah, wow, this goes way down. Way down. Look at that visual. Okay, in this case, the fog is actually making it kind of nice looking. Die, please, sir. Thank you. We got our gold. We've got our tough material, which I still haven't really determined the purpose of. Okay, just a pit to nothing. That's cool. That can be a thing. Watch your step for that. Man, I really got to be more careful. If I die, all this stuff is going to be lost. Oh, look! There's a whole underground river! I've never seen one of these before. Let's be real, there's a lot of stuff in this game I've never seen before, but this is really cool. Come on, step right up and die. Thank you. Oh, there's so many enemies, though. We could come down here for a whole riverboat ride. If only we had the time. There was just some weird stuff going on at the end of the tunnel there. Was it more glow squid or something else? There's light here. But why? Oh, lava. How did I know? Oh, this place is absolutely huge. Not going to be able to get it all now for sure. It's probably already daylight, meaning I might have to spend another night. Wow, this camping trip sure turned out to be, well, a gold mine. Every time I round a corner, I see this thing get bigger and bigger and deeper. Unbelievable how far below the earth this actually goes. But I think I'm going to start cutting my losses and heading out. Loss is really only being time. We're learning a lot, seeing a lot of new things, and it's so... This game is feeling a lot more like an adventure again, and I love it so much for that. But I think it's time for us to start heading out. We'll want to bring as many of these torches as we can, because anything we leave is just going to be lost anyway. The real takeaway from this is going to be all this iron, which we were starting to run severely low on. A couple of new materials to bring back and analyze in the lab. I'd say this was a pretty successful trip, even if we didn't find villagers. Oops. Ooh. And we come out over here. Onto daylight. And ready to leave what served as our home for one night. Oh, this is actually such a cozy space once you light it up. And that's something I love about Minecraft, is that you can do anything with anywhere. Take a space that seemed so dark and foreboding, and turn it into a resort for all the game cares. And maybe if I can find it again, one day I'll come back here and do just that. Actually, spoiler alert, but isn't that what they ended up doing with Gilligan's Island? There's another one. Hang on, we're seeing that again. Now get out of my way, skeleton. There's another redstone torch just randomly in the middle of a cave. Randomly in the middle of a dark cave that's far away from anything we've done before. Wait. Okay, this is giving me flashbacks to that story I told in the first part. This is so weird. Is this... I don't know if these are part of the cave update or if it's something that the mod does. Oh, this is one of those things where nothing even has to happen. You just see that, and it's just such a foreboding feeling. I mean, it's sort of been lost on me until now, but now that I think about it, part of the nostalgic creepiness present in Minecraft is the idea of finding structures. The idea... Oh, this fire is spreading. The idea of finding evidence of another player in your single-player world. There's another pumpkin patch. We must be heading in at least vaguely the right direction since we're passing the same biomes. Oh no. Look, that's a dirt block, not grass, so this probably is the same pumpkins we went through. We're going the right way. Let's hop from tree to tree like Tarzan. Just look at all the different things you experience while traveling from point A to point B on a Minecraft map. Ah, home sweet home. Hello, my babies. It is so good to see you. And with that, the stairway down to farm area is complete. I love doing these home improvement projects that make things just a little bit easier for us. Hello, creepy chicken. I didn't like the way you were just standing still for a moment, and we need to take all of this iron ore we got, which isn't actually as much as I thought, but it's something, I suppose, and start smelting it down so that we can make more of these lanterns. Oh, I guess when we killed those evil villagers, we got a crossbow. Yeah, maybe we'll mess around with that later, see if it's any better than the regular bow. Put another one of you up as a declaration of our victory. And I think we've done pretty well for ourselves for today. There hasn't been a whole lot in the way of ghost sightings, but each of those sightings has really been something. I feel like they've been so much more disturbing, even though they were more spaced out, and we encountered some really weird things that just make us think twice about what's actually going on here. I mean, sure, we've been getting terrorized around here, but to me, there's just something so creepy about finding a structure, just a hallway in a cave full of redstone torches, just far out underground in the middle of nowhere. That things are happening that aren't being observed. Things we didn't even see. Almost making it seem like the times we turn around and spot a ghost are actually in the minority of times it's actually happening. We have no idea what's going on out here. Also, one of you said, I hope he doesn't look at the moon. Was that caused by me looking at the moon? Okay, one of you rather ominously said, I hope he doesn't look at the moon. I didn't know if that was just messing with me, or if, like, it was an actual feature of the mod that I was about to test out, or what? If that wasn't caused by looking at the moon, that was some rather excellent timing. Okay, I don't really feel safe in my own home anymore. But I think this would be a good spot to end it. The ghost had to show up as soon as I said we hadn't seen it much. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this mod out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.